Prepare to discover Japan like never before. From a remote island with a volcano inside a volcano to the world's busiest pedestrian crossing, and an ice desert in the north that feels like another planet. And that's only scratching the surface. There's an island that's probably younger than you, and a lake that's one of the oldest on Earth. Keep watching, because these incredible facts will blow your mind and change the way you see Japan forever. Let's dive in. Number 1. Japan has the world's busiest crosswalk. In the heart of Tokyo, the Shibuya crossing is a world-famous intersection where up to 3,000 people cross at once from all directions. With lights stopping traffic from every side, it's an organized chaos that's become an iconic symbol of Japan's fast-paced urban life. Despite the crowd, it runs like clockwork, making it the busiest pedestrian crossing on Earth. Number 2. The world's second most populated island is in Japan. Honshu, the largest of the Japanese islands, is home to over 104 million people, making it the second most populated island on Earth, after Java in Indonesia. It's not just densely populated but also incredibly diverse, featuring towering mountains, ancient forests, and iconic cultural landmarks. What's truly remarkable is that this single island has a larger population than every country in Europe except Russia. Number 3. Japan has over 14,000 islands. For decades, it was believed Japan had around 6,852 islands, based on a 1987 Japan Coast Guard report. But in a stunning update, the Geospatial Information Authority of Japan recently recounted the islands for the first time in 36 years, revealing more than double the previous number, 14,125. Despite this huge total, Japan ranks only 8th in the world for the number of islands. Number 4. These numbers are growing. Japan's island count isn't just huge, it's still changing. Nishinoshima first emerged as a volcanic island in 1974, but it dramatically grew larger after a powerful eruption in 2013. This shows how volcanic activity can reshape the map by creating new land or expanding existing islands. At the same time, some islands can sink beneath the waves, making Japan's geography a constantly shifting and fascinating landscape. Number 5. The world's most populous megacity is in Japan. Greater Tokyo is a staggering urban giant with a population of over 37 million people, making it the largest metropolitan area on the planet. To put that in perspective, Tokyo's population is nearly double that of New York City, and more than 3 times that of London. This massive concentration of people shapes Japan's economy, culture, and daily life, making Tokyo a truly global powerhouse unlike any other. Number 6. Tokyo's territory stretches over 1,200 kilometers. While most people imagine Tokyo as a dense urban sprawl, its territory actually reaches far into the Pacific Ocean. The island of Iwo Jima, famous for the World War II battle, is part of Tokyo Prefecture, despite being located over 1,200 kilometers from the city center. That means Tokyo isn't just skyscrapers and bullet trains. It also governs remote volcanic islands closer to Guam than to Shibuya. Number 7. Japan has an ice desert in the north. When you think of Japan, snow and sea ice might not be the first images that come to mind, but head north to Hokkaido in winter, and you'll find a frozen world straight out of the Arctic. Each year, the Sea of Okhotsk freezes over, sending massive drift ice fields toward Japan's northern coast. This icy phenomenon is incredibly rare at such a low latitude, making Hokkaido one of the southernmost places on Earth where you can witness this natural spectacle. Number 8. Japan also has desert dunes. After braving Japan's frozen northern coast, you might be surprised to find a desert-like landscape waiting in the south. The tawdry sand dunes, stretching over 30 square kilometers, feel more like something out of Morocco than mainland Japan. Shaped by coastal winds over thousands of years, these golden dunes offer camel rides, sandboarding, and vast windswept views, proving that Japan's geography is as diverse as it is surprising. Number 9. Japan has the second most active volcanoes. Sitting on the Pacific Ring of Fire, Japan is home to 122 active volcanoes, more than any country in the world except the United States. From the snow-capped majesty of Mount Fuji to the ever-smoking Sakurajima, these fiery giants are more than just iconic landmarks. They're a powerful geological force that has shaped Japan's rugged terrain, hot springs, and even local cultures. In fact, about 10% of all active volcanoes on Earth are packed into this relatively small island nation, making volcanic activity a central part of Japan's identity and daily life. Number 10. Over 92% of Japan's population lives in urban areas. Japan may be known for its scenic mountains and countryside, but over 92% of its population lives in urban areas, making it one of the most urbanized countries in the world. Even more striking, more than 70% of Japan's population is concentrated on just 5% of its land. With limited flat terrain and a mountainous interior, cities have grown dense and vertical, turning pockets of space into some of the most vibrant and efficient urban zones on the planet. Number 11. Japan has the second highest median age in the world. With more than 29% of its population over the age of 65, Japan is home to one of the oldest societies on Earth. The median age has surpassed 48, second only to Monaco. Even more impressive, the country has broken records for the number of centenarians, people aged 100 or older, making Japan not only rich in ancient traditions, but also a global symbol of longevity. Number 12. Asia's most contested rocks lie in the Sea of Japan. Rising sharply from the waves between Korea and Japan lies a rugged pair of islets known as Dokdo in South Korea and Takeshima in Japan. Though barely larger than a city block, these volcanic rocks are at the center of a heated territorial dispute. South Korea currently controls them and even stations guards there, but Japan also claims them as its own. Despite their small size, the islets have major symbolic and geopolitical weight, making them one of the most hotly contested pieces of land in East Asia. Number 13. Japan has a volcano inside a volcano. Hidden deep in the Philippine Sea, Ogashima is one of Japan's most remote and mysterious islands, and it's actually a volcano within a volcano. This tiny island is formed by a double caldera. A smaller volcanic cone rises from the center of a larger collapsed crater, giving it a dramatic, bowl-like shape. With just around 170 residents and no airport, it's one of the most isolated places in the country, and one of the most geologically fascinating. Number 14. Japan and Russia are still at war. Despite World War II ending over 75 years ago, Japan and Russia still haven't signed a peace treaty because of a long-standing dispute over the Kuril Islands. These volcanic islands, stretching between Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula and Japan's Hokkaido, are claimed by both countries, keeping tensions alive and peace talks stalled. This territorial disagreement remains one of the longest unresolved conflicts from the war. Number 15. Lake Biwa is one of the oldest in the world. Located just northeast of Kyoto, Lake Biwa is Japan's largest freshwater lake and one of the oldest lakes in the world. Estimated to be around 4 million years old, it has survived multiple geological shifts and climate changes, making it a living window into Earth's ancient past. Its unique ecosystem is home to many species found nowhere else on the planet. Thanks for coming along on this amazing tour of Japan's most fascinating geography facts. Now, I want to hear from you. Which country should we uncover next? Flood the comments with your picks, and if you know any cool facts about those places, share them too. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single episode of this journey. See you in the next video.